So one of the organizations that will help those in need continuously and will be doing so again tomorrow is a non-profit organization, the Johannesburg Dream Center. And to speak to us a little bit more about the program tomorrow and what programs they're involved in throughout the year, we're joined now by founder of the Johannesburg Dream Center, Alicia Swanepoel. A very good evening to you, Ms. Swanepoel, and thank you so much for speaking to us. Perhaps let's just first start with what you do and how long you've been in existence.
Well, thank you firstly for the opportunity to just share what we do and our passion for helping people and those who are often overlooked in the community. We've been in existence since 2014, but my passion for charity work has been something that's been part of me for my entire life. And we do various things based on inspiring the youth to find better job opportunities, follow their dream careers, stay in school. We tackle poverty head on with food parcels, helping people create CVs, teaching people to sew. We're constantly busy with ways of empowering people, meeting them in their immediate needs, as well as inspiring the youth to search for better futures, so that it's not just a poverty handout and teaching people to fish, but it's a full cycle situation that we're heading on poverty and going face to face with them.
You say it's something that you've been doing your whole life, or you've always had an interest in doing charity work. What sparked that interest or love for it?
Well, I would actually say it's a Christian thing for me. It's something that I believe I've been called into. And it's something that not anyone will just do. It's something that you really have to be born into. It's like being a teacher. It's something that you see people and you empathize with their need and you do whatever you can just to help them. I really do believe there's a calling.
And we'll get into issues of funding and how you're able to mobilize resources in just a moment. But let's focus on Mandela Day. I mean, I think every year we're always trying to think of something new and innovative to do. I mean, there are needs, but I think sometimes people just tend to do the same thing and not really looking at the communities that they're hoping to help and serve by asking them what is needed. How do you go about deciding what project to embark on and whom you are going to serve from day to day, year to year?
Well, for us, it's all about meeting the community where they're actually busy, where they're actually at. So we have a thing called grocery outreach, where we go into the community and we hand out food parcels. But we don't just hand out food parcels and disappear. We build a relationship and we get to hear what the heart of the community is. We've had situations in the past where we try to push our own plans and what we thought the community wanted and community needed. And it wasn't actually practical for them. So
can you give us examples of those?
So for instance, in the past, I think it was roughly 2009, I'm not too sure of the exact year, but we did run a grocery outreach where we started teaching people how to grow their own vegetables in RDP houses back rooms in Cosmo City. And that's something that we decided that it would be better for them to grow their own vegetables. But we never looked into the situation of there was a drought. So people had to use extra time and extra effort watering. They didn't have the funding for proper pest control. And in the end, they got disheartened because they did a lot of work, but in the small RDP gardens that they had, they couldn't really produce the amounts that they wanted to. So we realized that it's better to rather empower those who have a heart for vegetable gardening and for gardening and have the resources and the land and the space in that field, but rather to go out and speak to people about creating an income and supporting those who have got the calling for growing their own vegetables and who have got the passion and the capacity, because not everyone can feed their entire family or a 1x1 or 2x1 meter garden.
All right, so let's talk a little bit more about what you'll be doing on Mandela Day.
Well, we've actually got a lot of things happening. This July is quite explosive for us. So we're currently running a food parcel drive called Christmas in July, where we're hoping that people will put together food parcels every week. We're sharing lists of things that we suggest to put in food parcels, and at the end of July, we'll be distributing this. We're also making 1,000 blankets throughout this month, which are carefully hand braided by volunteers. Tomorrow, about 300 of them will be going down. And we're also doing a drive at the moment for winter jackets. We get so many people who have an extra pair of black jackets at home or brown jackets, or just have a jacket that they never used. And we've realized, and it was actually sparked by my own daughter, is that yes, we're giving away blankets, and that's great for at night. But when you go for a job interview, or you go to school if you're younger, or if you're going out, you can't always wrap yourself in a blanket. And therefore, we've decided to collect those gently used, as we'd like to say, gently used jackets and redistribute them to the less fortunate. Because, as my little 4-year-old said, you can't really take a blanket out of the house.
I mean, for those who want to help, who do philanthropic work, they often feel like they wish their work could go farther, you know, and your challenges in terms of funding, how you're able to source your resources, and also how do you make a difficult decision of whom to help and whom, you know, you leave out, not because of a lack of desire, but because you just don't have what it takes.
That is always the most heartbreaking part of any outreach or any event. We try to help as many people as possible. We try to look at people's circumstances. How many people are living in this house? How much income is coming in at the moment? What is your potential to grow your own income? So that people can rather get the food, the people who need it the most. But it's heartbreaking. We wish we could help absolutely everyone. Up until now, it's just been by the grace of God that our doors are open. I can't tell you where our funding comes from. Yes, we send out proposals. Yes, we do the work we do, but it's generally people who come out, see what we do, and fall in love with the way we go about helping people. We always say, find a need and fill it. Find a broken heart and heal it. We're always all about helping people, not discriminating against them in any way, but really just trying to help people and meet them where they're at. Sometimes we even run a project just for one person. At the moment, we've got a new intern who has started by us, and she has a passion for fashion design. And we've taken it upon us to teach her, get her involved in our sewing classes, and really just help her to follow and pursue her dreams, because in the end, changing her life also changes her family's life and those around her. Our beneficiaries are not just benefited directly, but indirectly.
I see that you do that, that you have mentorship programs, you have something called Girl You Can Do It, Men's Tribe, career-based life orientation. So what you're saying to people is that if you don't donate clothes, food, furniture, because I believe you do furniture redistribution as well, are you basically just asking people for their time and skills so that they can just share and transfer?
Yes, meet us where you're at. You know, to some people, you've got money and you can donate money. You've got the clothes, you can donate the clothes. But sometimes it's just a few hours, and those few hours can really change your life. Meet us where you're at and help us get you connected to someone who really can benefit from what you've got to give.
All right, thank you so much for speaking to us, and wishing you all the best, Alicia. That there is the director and founder of Johannesburg Dream Center, Alicia Swanepoel. So we're going to leave it there for now.